What's up and good morning, YouTube family. Welcome back to another episode of Jen Gaga's World. Today I come to you looking a little crazy. Baby hairs popping. I actually had my hair down yesterday. I have to probably wash it. Let's see, I have a hair appointment this upcoming Saturday, so I'll likely be washing it at least by tomorrow, because I try to wash every 2 days. But I had my hair down and it was, curled and everything, did the whole thing yesterday after washing it on Sunday night. But this morning is windy, so I put it back. Plus, we got a little gray action happening, so we're just gonna, make it look a little decent today. I'll probably leave it down later just because I do have class tonight, and that's what this video is about. And I want to at least look a little presentable. So let's just go ahead and take it out now, see what it looks like. I think I have, is it 1 or 2 in here? I'm actually thinking about cutting it this weekend, starting off new. Oh, that looks much better. Let's just do that. See? There we go, a little more presentable. Anyway, I don't have any makeup on. I haven't put on any makeup this morning, but I'm actually kind of glad that I haven't, because I'm feeling some kind of way this morning, and I'm afraid that by talking to you, it's probably all gonna come out in waterworks. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. I don't know that I'll post this. I may or may not post this, but in case I do, I still want to look at least halfway decent, right? But really, I just wanted to speak from the heart. I woke up this morning feeling a little, I don't know, like one of my friends and I, we call it an oh-hum kind of day. Just like, I don't have a reason to be like sad. Like I have had a lot of people around me affected with deaths and different, not COVID related, because I know right now when you hear death, everybody automatically thinks COVID. Just, accidents happening and just life happening. And so I will say that I think deep down some of the emotions I'm feeling is because life can be very short. I know last year I came on here, see, I'm already getting emotional, but last year I came on here and I was so determined on law school, and I'm ready for law school, and I'm applying, and that's my goal. And, I can make this a whole video that I can talk about on my channel. And of course, I want to capture it and be able to empower those around me that decide to go into law school. But I also want to make sure that I'm not hyping something up that isn't the case, if you know what I mean. It's hard to really find genuine channels that are telling you how they really feel. And I came across this channel the other day because I heard about the Cardi B, the whole trial, and how she won, etc. And I came across a channel. If I can remember her channel name, I'll link it in the description. But and I don't know her, she doesn't know me, I'm not like attached to her in any way, but I came across one of her videos where she shared how she quit being a lawyer, her corporate job. And you don't quit being a lawyer, right? Because you go to school, you're licensed, like you're still a lawyer, whether you're licensed or not. It's just, if you're licensed, obviously you could practice. If you're not, then you gained the title, but you can't legally practice. But she just realized after so many years of doing the work, it just wasn't the work for her. And she's very much a people person. And so she's going into a different career path. And I thought about it, and I thought, am I really doing, am I making the right decision? So the reason I'm feeling this way is because, as you all know, I got accepted into a local law school last year. I started my law school journey in the summer. And then I did pass the class, fortunately, but then fall came around and it was a financial decision to hold off. But I started to think perhaps things were happening for a reason. I enjoyed not having to worry about school, and I realized how much I enjoyed it because for those of you who don't know, I did complete my master's program in 2019, and most people, that's it. Like, they're done, like they finished their master's. Most people don't even, like, a lot of people don't even get to graduate degrees, and here I accomplished that, and yet I still want more. And I started to really think, like, is it just because I want to say I did it, or is it that I really want to do it? Now, one professor shared in the past that if you're going into law school and you don't know what you want to do quite up front, that's okay, because it's probably better that way, because then you come in with an open mind and you really don't know what you want to do until your third year. But I'm like, what if I get to that point? I think it's more fear, the what ifs. And I think the biggest emotional hurdle I have on my heart is I'm a lot older than the typical traditional student. So what if I go through all this and die? What if I go through all this and it's so stressful, it takes a mental toll? What if I go through this and my kids are in those like prime years where I miss all this stuff? Like, but then what if I turn around 4 years later and think, oh my God, I would have been done by now. I could have done this. So I think I'm just more emotional because I don't really know what way to go. And I'm grateful that I'm in a position where I am just taking an elective this semester. See, this is why I'm glad I didn't put makeup on. Because I think that, and I think it's heavy on my heart right now, because I just shared with, give me just a sec. Let me get myself together. All right. Hello, my people. I had to get myself together. Where did I leave off? So basically what I'm getting at is I'm very fortunate that I'm in a situation where I'm in an elective course. So being in an elective course, I'm still considered pre-1L, so it's not like I officially started. Like I started, but I didn't. It's kind of like dipping your toes into the water. And my goal with this is to really, really, really dig deep this semester. It's 1 night a week. It does require homework, of course. And it only runs between today through April, so it's a little over 2 months. And really, it's just my way to really understand and figure out if this is what I want to do. I think my other concern is I don't want to put my family in debt over my goals. And although these goals would essentially help my family, I'm not going to put my family in something selfishly, but at the same time, I have to make sure that this is the right decision for all of us. So I think it's really heavy on my heart right now, because I was just sharing with a group of ladies that I work with often here in the community. And I shared it with them because I feel that they're very similar in the sense of we're all professionals. Most of us are moms. And if we're not moms, we're either involved with our studies or they are the professor. And we still want to make a difference in our community. And at the same time, we have our own career that we're holding down. Like, we have to hold down the fort in our actual job that pays the bills to make this happen. So I shared it with them because, not that they don't care for me as a person or that they're not my family, but I feel like when it's, and no offense to anyone that might be watching this that is my family, but it's like, it's a little different because family, they may not see your side when it comes to the career and running the community aspect of it. And I feel like within my family, a lot of times I'm the only one that's really involved in doing all these things in the actual community, especially when it involves this DE&I work that's so important. And I'm not saying that they're not involved or interested. Basically, what I'm getting at is that a lot of times, and not that I don't put my family first, but they're putting their family, their mental health, their, themselves first. And I'm the only one that's out there doing these things. And I feel so alone in that. that a lot of times I feel like people don't understand when they're like, you know, that I'm doing all these things in the community, and it's like, but why? And for me, it's like, because these are networks. When you get to know people in the community, it's not just about moving up in your company. It's not just about a promotion at work. It's not just about that. It's about, if something comes up and you need help in something, you know who to call. If something comes up and you need help to get this goal done, you can reach out to them. And it's a whole, it's like a whole community that comes together. And I think that's where sometimes I feel a little alone in that there's this sense of, why are you doing all this? Like, what's your end goal? And I feel like sometimes I'm like, should I not be doing this? But then I'm like, if I don't do it, who else will? So I'm torn. I'm often very much torn. And sometimes I don't share these things with those like family or loved ones, because I don't know that they'll understand. And to me, I don't want to waste their time sharing with them what I'm doing on my time, if that makes sense. So, and then, you know, then you throw school into the mix. And sometimes, you know, I'm not going to be out there like, oh my gosh, I have school. And so they may not know I'm in school, and then an event's happening or something's coming up, and how come you can't help? Well, because I have school. And there's like, there's not an understanding of how much really goes into all of this. And so I'm afraid to even say any of that, because I don't want anyone to ever take it the wrong way. It's just that I don't want to put my drama, AKA like my stressors, on anyone else. But at the same time, I can't expect that they would understand what I'm even starting, like where to even start on what I'm going through and how it feels, because I'm not explaining to them what it's like, you know? So it's a hard road to go through, and realizing that it's going to be 4 years. 4 years, of course, does pay off, but will it? What if I reach the end of the road and I'm like, oh my gosh, my biggest fear is I wouldn't be able to pass the bar, and all this went to waste, right? But then I'm like yesterday I was sitting there reading, and I'm like, wow, my kids are so loud. But then I'm like, how fair is it for me to keep telling them to hush when it's my choice to do this as a mom? Like, if I did it backwards, it's not their fault. So it's like, I'm going through this tug of war internally, mentally, emotionally, because I'm like, now we're going to be limited. I feel like I know my end is near, because I won't be able to be at all the Girl Scout meetings. I won't be able to be at all the band practices. And when I've gone to the band practice, you know, like the band events this last semester where I took a break, I'm like, I probably wouldn't be here because of school, had I gone to school this semester. You know what I mean? So it's stuff like that I'm just like, oh my goodness, am I really, really ready for this? So like I said, I don't know if I'm even going to post this, but I just felt like it was on my heart. I needed to get it out. I don't want to, you know, call a friend. It's the middle of the work day. Clearly I'm sitting here. I'm on my break right now, but it's just, I'm not going to call and like stress someone else out. I don't want to put this on anyone else. I already put it on the group of ladies that I was talking to, and I feel good that they understand, and they're like, you know, we're here to listen. But again, I don't want to have to keep putting my thoughts and feelings on someone else. So, but my break is about to end, so I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. But I do thank you so much for watching. If you have any thoughts or any comments or questions or words of advice, please make sure to insert them in the comment section down below. And I really do appreciate you all for listening and understanding and watching. And I'm not going to capture my law school journey like I did through the summer. That was just mentally, it was even more of a stressor because it was so fast paced, especially during summer. I may capture weeks. I'll capture little snippets here and there. I think that I'm really just gonna use it as a diary, so I can really talk about how I'm feeling, so that I can ultimately make a decision in the end. So with that said, I thank you all so much for watching. I think I said that already, but I'm gonna go ahead and get up off of here and get back to work. Break time over. Bye everyone. What's up, you guys? I didn't even think I would have an update to today's video, I guess you can call it, the release of my feelings. But I just wanted to come on here really quick just to say class 1 is done and complete. As you can see, I put my hair back. I actually put it down when I hopped on class, but afterwards it was getting on my nerves, so I threw it back up. I don't remember if I mentioned this morning, but I'm thinking about cutting it this weekend, and it'll probably end up here or here. We'll see. But I just wanted to jump on here really quick to say class 1 went well. I had already heard really great things about this professor, so I did come with, I wouldn't say an expectation, that sounds bad, but I did come in with good feelings about it because I did hear that he's really good at what he does and how he teaches, and I will say that I do agree with that. And it did feel good when I got called on and I knew how to answer the question. So having had taken that class in the summer, definitely seems to have helped. It was a very basic question, so it's not like I'm like an expert, but it helped make me feel better, I guess is what I'm getting at. So I just want to say, class 1 went well. Again, I'm not planning to do these often, but I did want to follow up just because my morning message was so, I don't know, sad, raw, feeling all kinds of ways. I feel like there was, I think, a lot of underlying feelings from other things going on in the world, life, etc. But that was just how I was feeling this morning. So anyways, enough about that. I'm going to go ahead and get up off of here. Just wanted to quickly say that for anybody that's watching this, don't worry. I'm okay. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get through this class. He actually has a way of teaching that almost makes me feel empowered to say, yes, I can make it through school and the 4 years. But I also know what I went through in the summer. So it's kind of hard to really gauge it because any summer course you take is always going to be crazy because it's always super fast paced. And I even remember that in undergrad, thinking like, excuse my French, but what the hell am I doing? So it's really hard to say how it would really be. I guess we'll see how we feel at the end of this. And perhaps I do the course in the fall and, the courses. And if it just doesn't work out, then I guess we'll see. I don't know. We'll find out. But it's too early to tell. But I know that it's late. It's already going to be 9:30 and I need to hop in the shower, get my mind off the computer, off of schooling, off of work. I literally went from waking up, work, lunch, work. I actually stayed on later than expected because I realized one of my book clubs that I'm in at work, we were meeting early tomorrow morning. Typically, we wouldn't meet until Thursday, so I usually would read on Wednesday. And I realized, oh no, we're meeting tomorrow at 9 a.m. So I ended up staying about an hour afterwards, just not really working, but just reading and taking notes on the subject. And then before you knew it, I ate dinner and then it was time to get ready for class. So I've been in this like mental just work mode all day and I'm ready to shower and kick on some whatever TV and chill. So the one thing that I realized what we read last night, and let me bring it up in my notes real quick. And I really liked it, so I'll go ahead and share and then I'll end on that. But one of the quotes that he shared, actually there was a couple of nuggets that were shared today. One of them is something like, don't be like a frog where you're good. And then you turn school off and then you slide down like a couple of steps because you forget everything. And so then if you don't go back and recap, then you're not even going to know where you left off the prior week. So in other words, re-engage and pick like 2 or 3 things that you really want to remember. So the next week you're ready to just roll. So I'm going to go ahead and read this little quote that he shared. If I can capture an image if I could find it online with an image, I'll insert it in the video here. Go ahead and just read this out loud. Every morning in Africa, a gazelle wakes up. It knows it must run faster than the fastest lion or it will be killed. Every morning, a lion wakes up and it knows it must run faster than the slowest gazelle or it will starve to death. It doesn't matter whether you're a lion or a gazelle. When the sun comes up, you'd better be running. You'd better be running. Yeah. So basically what he was saying is it doesn't matter what it is that you do. You just need to get up and just do it. So he was applying that when it comes to school. It could be with mostly anything, work, school, whatever. But what he's saying is you're going to have to get up. And so you decide on what it is you're going to do, but it doesn't matter. If you're blessed basically with this, now I'm just adding my own words, but if you're blessed with a new day, get up and pretty much make the best of it and do what you got to do. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get up off of here. Have a great night. Bye.